So I had a question about, I guess, when you're dating a girl. It says LTR in the chat, but it could be a girl you're dating as well.
Mm.
But so let's say you're dating a girl and you're doing everything on your end. You're captivating.
Mm.
You're paying for everything. You're taking her out on dates.
Yeah.
You're doing your side, so everything's great and everything. But on her end, let's say she's, the three pillars. Let's say she is very respectful. She's feminine. She's doing
Mm-hmm.
everything great. She's also screwing your brains out.
Mm-hmm.
Great, awesome. So what if the third pillar, she's not very useful to you? Like, for example, say she's not really, uh, how should I say, she's not offering to maybe do your laundry, fix you lunches or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So she's kind of slacking in that end. Um, the question is, how would you go about bringing up maybe her part, saying, "Hey, I'm doing all this, I'm paying for everything." So it's like, these things aren't cheap. I'm doing all this, but it would be nice if you would, maybe do my laundry, or it's like, and we don't need her
Yeah.
to. Obviously, we're men. We should
Yeah.
be doing this on our own, so we don't need her to do all this. But she's not, say, offering to do that part. How would you go about, I guess, bringing it up, or if you even would bring it up, would you
Yeah.
just lead by example?
No, that's a great
How would
question.
you go?
So I wouldn't do the hey, I've been buying you dinner sort of thing. So why
Right.
don't you do
Okay.
my laundry? Because that's like negotiating.
Mhm.
She knows that you've taken her out and bought her nice meals. She knows that you've taken her on trips and entertained her and done some captivating shit, right? Oh,
Yes.
I'll just put it over here because I just minimized it because you're off camera. Um,
Sorry for my camera.
no, no, don't sweat it. So the thing with the whole having her be useful in your life, which is really important. Like we want a gal that's going to compliment us. That kind of starts early on, and I have a small test that I use early on, and it's I called it the Score McFlurry test in the summertime. I was driving my car. I put this video on Entrepreneurs and Cars. It was a hot day. I got a bit of a sweet tooth, so Score McFlurry is a tasty treat for me. So if she's heading over, then I would have her perform a small task, like detouring somewhere, going through a drive-through, picking up something that costs $5, like it's cheap, and then bringing it over to me pleasantly with a smile on her face. Now, if she did all of that with enthusiasm, right, and presented it with a smile, then she's passed the test. But if she starts protesting, oh, I don't do things like that, why would I pick that up? That's not good for you. Or, she does it, but she presents it, she kind of slams on the table and says, don't ask me to do that again, or it gives you like attitude, then that's behavior that you have to correct. Like if you test that early on when you're dating, like the fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth date, or something like that, then that's an easy point in time to sort of start correcting that behavior. It's also going to establish whether or not she's the kind of gal that's like a feminist, because the problem with toxic feminism is it teaches women to never do anything for the express pleasure or benefit of a man. So if you want a woman to be in your life and to complement your life as time goes on, then she has to pass something simple like the Score McFlurry test. It can be a bottle of wine, it can be Americano from Starbucks or something like that. Whatever it is, that you happen to like, that's a slight detour, is going to cost her a couple of bucks, and force her to do something for your express benefit or pleasure. That's all that is. Been dating this gal for how long now?
For about maybe a month and a half.
Okay, so it's still early.
Yeah,
So
it's very early.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm
so
just like, yeah.
you could
Go.
definitely do something like the Score McFlurry test. Just pick whatever it happens to be for you. It might be picking up your dry cleaning. It might be a coffee. Again, a treat. Whatever it happens, something small. Nothing that's going to cost $100. Something like bottle of wine, $15. Something like that. For the night. Hey, I got dinner ready, so just pick up a bottle of wine. Something simple. That's all that test
Okay.
is, and it gets her used to doing things for you. The interesting thing is, I don't think women fall in love with a man when we do things for them. Women fall in love with a man when they do things for us, when they're serving us, when
I
there's
agree.
a benefit to us. So when it comes to something like the laundry, for example, how would I execute that? Let me just see. I would just say, look, babe, I got a lot going on today. Before you go at 11, like let's say it's 9 o'clock in the morning, before you go at 11 for your thing, do me a solid and put a load of laundry in for me, right?
Yeah.
That's it, and then just walk
Yeah.
away. And don't negotiate it. Don't wait for her reaction. Don't talk about it. Just or you're downstairs and she's in the next room, right? And then just
Yep.
carry on and just let her do it, and she'll
So,
either
yeah.
do it or she won't do it,
Or she
sort of
won't.
thing.
Hmm.
So if you have to instruct her to do this kind of stuff over and over again, and it's like, you know that you're setting yourself up for a life with a chick that really doesn't want to be useful in your life, right?
Yeah.
Again, most women today are drunk on some version of toxic feminism. I believe all women are a feminist to some degree. It's just to what degree. It's just like how men will go through betatization. It's not a question of if we're going to go through betatization. It's to what degree we will be betatized by a woman. So all women have some degree of feminism in them. You just have to determine what it is as early on as possible. And one of the things that feminism tells women to not do is anything for the express pleasure of a man, right? Now, she's already doing all the good stuff in the bedroom. She's respectful. So it shouldn't be too far of a fetch to be like, hey, I got dinner ready tonight. Do me a solid. Go to the liquor store and pick up this bottle of wine for us on the way over, or whatever the treat happens to be. It's just a slight detour. It's a slight instruction that she has to follow. That's all that that is. And then that'll get her comfortable with the notion that she's serving John.
Okay. Great. Yeah, great. I have a lot of hope for this girl. You know, she is conservative, so I think she doesn't buy into that whole feminist idea. She does talk about, gender roles. She
Yeah.
says that all the time. So it does look promising. I was just wondering if, yeah, in case I find that, damn, she's not pulling her slack on this end. I was
Yeah,
wondering, but yeah.
like some of the stories that come to mind. So one of my friends is in the chat right now, and he works. He's a hardworking man, and the story that he told me was that his gal will always have his lunch ready for him, like when he has to go to work. Right? It's not a question of like
Hmm.
he doesn't ask her to make it; it's just ready for him. Right?
Hmm. Yep.
And it's quality food. Like these are the sorts of things that a useful woman will do in your life. Right? And it has to be in a perpetuity. By the way, so a lot of the times women will do these things early on to sort of like capture your attention and your interest in them
Yeah.
with them, or to commit to them, sort of thing. If they start to get lazy over time, remember the things that got them in the door, they need to keep doing as time goes on. Like we as men are expected to become better over time, right? Like we have to
Right.
continue to chase excellence, climb the corporate ladder, get
Hmm.
raises, make more money, be more captivating, have
Yep.
a better social. We have to do all of this shit for women, and all
All
that
of
we're asking them to do in return is just maintain a fucking standard,
it.
right? It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
if you did this in year 1 and 2, keep doing it in
Keep
year
doing
three
it.
and four and five. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you see them get lazy or slower or less responsive, or they'll walk past the pile of laundry when in the past they would do it, it's totally fine to be like, hey, babe, one of the reasons why I chose you when you came to me and said, where do we stand, was because you were the kind of girl that would unprompted take a load of
Yeah.
laundry and run it through the machine to save me the hassle to free up my time because I'm
Yeah.
working on, insert dent in the universe
Yeah, and
sort
it's
of
it's
thing,
kind
right?
of like you got to man up and say it. I think a lot of men out there are just too afraid of losing the
Yeah.
girl. Or
Yeah.
just man the fuck up and just tell her like, hey, I have the standard.
Yeah.
I'm living up to the standard, obviously, that you want because you're still with me. So how about we stay this
Yeah.
path. Let's keep
And
going.
And before we wrap up, there's this notion of pride. Women will let pride get in the way of certain things, especially things that they might deem as like low value tasks, right? Like doing
Hmm.
laundry or picking up your score McFlurry, like on her way over, sort of thing. But if she's done it early on and then she relaxes because of pride over time, like, why should I be doing his laundry for him, right? It's like, look, lady, like, take your pride and put it in your back pocket. Like,
Hmm.
you don't want to state, bitch, you're replaceable, but you have to make choices and behave in such a way that she understands that she can't get comfortable and that she can be replaced if she does get lazy or comfortable. Because
Got it.
women will replace a guy all the time that gets
Yeah,
fat, lazy, poor, can't hold down a job, his health deteriorate. They'll get rid of a guy. There's guys that have
easily.
had fucking cancer, and women will be like, I'm out,
Yeah, that's
right?
yeah,
Okay, so
crazy.
there has to be a standard that is maintained in that long term relationship. It's not a big ask. It's like, hey, you did these things early on. You're 4, you're 5, you keep doing them.
Keep doing them.
That's
Great,
all. Cool.
great. Thank you, Rich. I appreciate it.
All
The
right, brother.
channel's
Thanks.
amazing. Have a
Appreciate
great
it.
day.
I really hope you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full length podcast, you can find that over here, that clip's from. If you're newer to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe over here and pin down below in the top comment. You'll find a bunch of useful links to my website, my supplement line, books, and a bunch of other stuff. Have an amazing day. Peace out.